Hi, I'm Lucas, composer and sound designer, and today I'm gonna make the sound design for this rainy cyberpunk scene. So let's jump right in and start with the setup. First, I'm opening the movie in Logic. For these small projects, I don't really need a template because we will only need a small amount of tracks. Let's look at the scene again without any sound at all and determine what we think is needed to bring the scene to life. First off, we need atmosphere. This will consist of rain, maybe distant traffic, and a bit of neon buzzing sounds. Second, footsteps. There are two people walking. This will make it feel more real. And third, the abstract layer. I think we will need that to get a bit more of the cyberpunk vibe. So I found some ambient recordings in my library which suit this scene quite well. Most of them are recordings of rain in different places, which we will combine to make them fit the scene. This is a really generic one. Maybe you can think of it like a filler. This one sounds really different. It is more narrow and kind of pokes out, so it might be good to attach it to a real area, for which I'm using the DVR Pro plugin. But any binaural panel will work, of course. So with the track in latch mode, I record the automation, nothing really fancy, but it already puts us more into the scene, rather than it just being in front of us. Oh, and to really hear this stuff, I recommend listening with headphones. As you can see in the footage, it is not just raining, it is actually pouring. So let's drag more rain sounds into the project. It gives us a bit more depth and space. This sounds a bit closer than the filler and has less traffic. The next layer for the atmosphere is about heavy rain. I think that will be the last one. Because the low end is a bit distracting and it contains an air vent sound which is really close, I put it a bit more distant with the use of a high pass filter. Now I put in the last layer for the atmosphere, some distant traffic sounds. This one brings everything quite nicely together. Now to the footsteps. These are footsteps that really have a nice wet sound. I will be layering them with really distinct footsteps on concrete. Because cutting these sounds and syncing them to the footage is not very interesting to look at, I will speed up the footage here. In general, footsteps are really important in this case because they have the ability to make the 3D scene feel real. Right now it sounds really bad because they can't really stand on their own. With pitch shifting and also high pass EQing, they get a bit lighter and feel further away. Next, I pan them with the binaural panner as well, and also adjusting the distance and the size of the reverb. For the second person, I pretty much do the same thing, so I think we will skip this process. Next, I really think I need some neon buzzing sound. It is a bit of a challenge to get it to work because the rain sounds are already very noisy and mask everything. Maybe I should try to place the traffic ambience behind us so the neon sound gets through a bit more. Hey, that worked. Now let's look for a simple ambient synth sound to put underneath everything to get a hint of that cyberpunk feeling. To not make this video much longer, let's grab something from my liminal sound pack. I am looking for something subtle and not too dark. I think this is the one I will use. The last thing to do is to make a scene opener. I will do this with the Rise and Hit plugin from Native Instruments. Now we are at the finish line. Let's see the final result one more time. So that was my process of making the sound design for this scene. If you enjoy sound design and music for film and games, consider subscribing and let me know what scene I should design next. Until then, bye.